NWO Report World News.
The emancipation of the hardcore lifestyles of sexual deviants has become a political priority in America, as the fight for LGBTQ rights has pushed the envelope beyond what was acceptable when it comes to the rights of America's children.
There is still work to be done with regard to gay rights. There is still work to be done when you consider that LGBTQ people in this country are still not guaranteed permanent federal protection against discrimination.
What would this Equality Act do, and why is it one of the top priorities for House Democrats?
Thanks. So this is a big bill for House Democrats because it would extend protections for those who identify as LGBTQ. So it would make sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity as protected classes free from discrimination.
Protecting transgender service members is a matter of patriotism, and it transcends politics. The president's ban, as I said, is cruel and arbitrary, a decision designed to humiliate the transgender Americans who are risking and giving their lives for the United States of America.
Also unjust is felon disenfranchisement. We believe that Americans are fed up with the racist laws that keep other Americans from voting. For example, as Hillary noted last November, Florida voters, by a very large margin, restored the right to vote to over 1 million individuals with felony convictions in their past who have finished serving their sentences. The Task Force Action Fund was on the ground organizing, and we want to see that change nationwide.
And now, as you may have noticed, these lifestyles have gradually invaded our children's lives, as children have become the final frontier for a sex and trafficking industry that has been operating in record numbers under the grimy surface of civilization at an exponential pace. The Overton window is entering horrifying territory. An entirely new phase of pedophiles have carved out a social media space where they are fighting for acceptance by pushing the idea that their criminal behavior is merely a sexual orientation. Pride Month began with Snapchat recently adding a Pride Month-themed filter promoting pedophilia, and then it was removed without explanation. But then
Snapchat did a great thing and recognized people's concerns about the Love Has No Age filter, and they removed it. And now they did something even better. They brought back the same filter. They removed it to shut people up, and now it's back.
Meanwhile, it's being thrown in our child's faces, whether it's the drag queen story hour straight out of Bizarro World.
For Jonathan, though, the protests are exactly the point, making sure the next generation is taught tolerance.
When they grow up and they see someone different down the street, they won't treat them any differently because of how they look or act.
A trend that is gradually growing in libraries across the United States. In Iowa, for instance, it has mutated into children acting as strip club patrons as their oblivious, politically correct parents look on as if this is some kind of modern school activity. Or online games like Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft that allow children to chat with anonymous users. More than 500,000 predators are online every day. FBI statistics show that more than 50% of victims of online sexual exploitation are 12 to 15 years old. 89% of all sexual advances toward our children take place in internet chat rooms and through instant messaging. In 27% of exploitation incidents, predators asked kids for sexual photographs of themselves. While magazines like Teen Vogue offer teenage girls articles legitimizing the sex trade industry and informing teenage girls on getting an abortion without their parents' knowledge. Time is running out as parental consent becomes a thing of the past. The American Psychiatric Association is on the verge of designating pedophilia a sexual orientation in its Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, and California laws laws are setting the stage to protect that orientation. We can no longer assume that morality is a common thread in our society. In fact, morality is hanging on by a thread, and the looser that thread becomes, the more civilization unravels. John Bound reporting.